Evening, chaps.
Good
Hey,
evening.
good evening.
How's it going?
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, all good. Especially now it's the end of the week.
Good.
Love the end of the week.
Well,
just now.
it is for you normal workers, mate. Not for me. Not for me. Our week is 7 days a week, mate. Yeah, it's awful.
Sorry,
it's awful.
buddy.
Don't be a bus driver if you want a life. That's for sure. But anyway,
Hey,
few people in the house already. Already, 39
Loads.
people, 42 people now in the household, yeah?
well, that might be a
It's
record in the
fantastic that
first
you've,
2 minutes. That's a record, I think.
Well, first 2 minutes. I think it is, mate. I think it is.
I know. They're
I
all
think they
here,
wanna
they're
know
all
what-
here to see you host.
I
Don't let them
think-
down.
mate, I think they want to. No, I think they want to know what disasters are going on in the tank. That's probably what they want to know, mate.
Jay
No.
posted to say that you was thinking of doing a water change. And that's why they've all joined in. So they want to hear about how to do it.
They want to know how to do it. They've all tuned in to watch you get your barrels out.
I'd have to get some tips off
Shoot
you
water
guys
around
to
your
do a
living room.
water change, mate. I'd have to get some tips off you. I don't think I could do one now. No.
You're
Absolutely,
missing out, mate.
Absolutely.
You know, every water change, you end up with half the water on the floor, don't you? So, I mean, at least your carpets are staying dry and your laminate's staying dry.
Laminate. Well, my laminated flooring's not coming up, mate. Yeah, because of the salt water. That's a good thing.
This is never done a water change. If anybody else had laminate under the tanks, it'd be peeling by now.
It'd be peeling up. Yeah, salt water and wood doesn't go, mate. I don't think anyway, for sure. That's for sure. Especially
to be fair,
But
salt water doesn't go well with a lot of things, does it? I mean, let's face it, right?
No.
Salt water and electrics don't go well. But
no.
a lot of us have a lot of electrical stuff in salt water, and you think that doesn't really make sense, does it? Because most people say keep the two separate.
Not at all.
Separate, exactly. Yeah, it's quite a hard thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got a work laptop, right? And I was doing a water change at one point, or something anyway, on the tank, and I believe knocked. It must have been like a litre of salt water onto my laptop.
Oh, you're joking.
And I'm like, there's no way this work laptop's going to work again. Anyway, I tried it again in the morning. Once it had dried out, mate, it didn't even come on. I had to take it into the office, into my boss, and I was like, oh, I broke my laptop. And then he was going, what have you done? And I'm like, oh, no, what can I say here? I dropped salt water on it, and he's like, you are? How have you managed that? I'm like, then I had to explain the whole story of owning a reef tank. You could just see his face. He's like, what on earth are you doing in your spare time?
You couldn't even make that one. You couldn't even make that one up, Jay, could you? So he's got to believe it, because that's so far-fetched.
Exactly, yeah. And he's like, I'm not buying another one, so I had to buy my own. Like, bloody hell.
Oh, no.
So that was it, yeah.
So that was an expensive water change, wasn't it, Jay?
Well, yeah, and that's when I had to explain to my boss, the head teacher. I was in the head teacher's office, basically, explaining.
Please, sir.
Actually, I had a reef
have some more. Can I have another laptop? Because I got salt water.
I've got a coral reef in my house, and he's just like, you can see his face thinking, what the hell is this guy doing? He's lost it. And I'm like, no, honestly, it's a really good hobby. Not normally. I don't normally get the water everywhere. It was just an accident.
Did you then go on to tell him about the Dremel and torches?
Oh,
Don't confuse it. Don't confuse him with that one, mate. Ease him into it. Ease him into it with salt water first, and then slowly but surely, then come on to the fragging part of it, because he'll be lost, mate. He'll be lost. Yes. But anyway, first things first. Customary thing. I won't be like Paul doing it 20 minutes after. I'm going to say hello to everybody. Yeah. So we're going to say, as always, Tony's the first one in the house today. Evening, Tony. Thanks for joining, mate. As always, Russell. Evening, Russell. Rich. Matty. Evening, Rich. Hope you're well.
Good to see you, mate.
Teko, as always. Cottage Reef. And the man, the legend, that is John Wright. Evening, John. Thanks for joining us, Paul. And Haley, as always.
Best behaviour if you got the grandkiddies and he's watching it. No swearing.
Hey, we're gonna be good today, guys.
You rated today.
No cussing words. Yeah, that's it. PG rating. We'll do PG rating today.
PG.
Let's have. We'll come back to these questions. Let's have a look. John's Reef UK. Evening, John. Ripper, as always.
He is.
Yes.
As he says, even in your mongrels, let
Hey,
this
we're
man
Mongrels. Why are we mongrels?
PG mongrels.
Mongrel.
That might be a compliment from Drippy. So we'll take that. We'll take that. Yeah, mongrels. We'll take it. Cornish Reefer, even in Cornish Reefer, UKM 120.
Nice one.
Haler, even in Haler. Skids, Julian, evening Julian. The Zoo, evening the Zoo. How's it going, my friend?
Nice one, mate.
Hope you're well. Don't know if you're working today or not, but hopefully you're not, mate. Howard, evening Howard.
Evening Howard.
Chris, evening Chris. Stuart.
Wow, big
BJ
numbers,
Goblin.
big numbers.
Quite a few today, mate. 50 odd, isn't it? 58. Hey, it's good.
BJ Goblin, thanks for watching the video, by the way, and commenting. I appreciate it, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll come back onto that video anyway, Jay. We'll come back onto it for sure. Yeah. Simple Reef Life. Evening Simple Reef Life. Sky Marine.
Yes.
Stephen Jones. Evening, Stephen.
Is that, I guess,
Darren,
from
as
Australia there, Oz? We've got a view from Oz. It must be like 4 in the morning.
Yeah. Oh,
I think it
yes,
is.
Yeah.
It is. It's Stephen Jones. Evening, Stephen. Well, what will it be? What time will it be over there?
Well, it depends on which coast you're on, but it's
5 o'clock
early, mate.
When we had Lauren over,
early morning.
It was 5 o'clock in the morning when
she
it was on.
Yeah, it must be 4 or 5 in the morning. Yeah,
it's early.
Yeah, well, she was from Perth, what shit? Yeah.
I can't remember.
You might drive buses like you see over there. Guess get up early.
Hey, you never know, mate. You never know.
You might think it's a bus driver live stream rather than a reefing.
We could well do that, mate. You never know where this takes us. Marek, evening, Marek. 216. Evening, my mate. Mickey Boy Mick, as always.
Yeah,
right, people on my back for Fridays.
Love to reef, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Yeah. He's bringing a couple of tanks down. Yeah.
Reef FQ, evening Reef FQ.
Well, he's only saying hello to you, Steve. How rude's that? Bloody hell, what about me and Paul?
Yeah, exactly. Do you know him, Steve?
I must be one of your fans.
I don't know. Yeah,
that's,
could well be.
That's a bit rude. You've got a fan who you don't know, Steve.
I know.
So, you know when they put like the names down, like when they put the names down, like you said, the zoo and secondary. You don't know. Like, we're going to meet these people. Hopefully, we'll meet these people. Yeah, I won't have a clue if he slapped me in the face. Who was me? You know what I mean?
That's if he meets us, Jay. If he meets us, he has exactly the same problem. when I knocked on his door, he said, "I'm not buying today." So he didn't recognise me.
Oh dear.
Yeah, true.
Good to see you, mate.
Julianne, evening, Julie.
Nice little
picture of your. Yeah, I was going to say that. Really nice picture.
That looks like it's all just set up to grow out there, by the looks of it.
Scott Parker.
Wagwan red bins. What's going on there? Wagwan red bins. Is it Jamaican?
Is he on the lash or what? I don't know. Is he on the lash? He might be peed. You know what I mean? Let's have a look. Trevor, evening, Trevor. We'll come back to these questions anyway. We'll come back, whatever these things are.
Another question, guys.
Riggs there. Lee Armstrong, yes, Lee. How's it going, my friend? Let's have a look. I think we're up to date. Hurren's Reef, sorry. Evening, Hurren's Reef. Oh, is this a new one? Through Epic. I love that little picture there.
Yeah,
like a little dog.
Like
a little dog, isn't it? A little doggy.
I think it's a hedgehog, isn't it? Isn't it a hedgehog? Surely.
Is it?
Hedgehog?
Looks like it.
No.
It
looks like a dog. I don't know. Tell us what that is, Fruit Epic. I don't know what it is. It looks like a little dog to me, like one of those.
It's a hedgehog.
What did you call them? The Japanese dogs.
It's a Japanese hedgehog.
It's definitely
yeah. Just name it something posh.
You'll get about 10 on my video as well. I think they were on my video.
Right, nice. It's a nice one anyway.
It's a lovely picture.
Oh, there we go. It's a red panda. God, we got it all wrong. We got it all wrong, guys. Yeah, shows us that we don't watch enough David Attenborough stuff, do we? We need to get onto that, mate.
Well, I watched Wild Isles, but that's not in Britain, is it?
That's a panda.
It's a red panda.
Not very red.
Oh, evening.
My
Well, anyway,
medication's not working anyway.
It's a nice picture.
It'll kick in. It'll kick in a minute.
Oh, guys, what's it like? So anyway, before we think, how's things been, Jay? I know you've had a productive week this week in your video. I enjoyed it, mate. I must admit, it was. I was having a laugh, but I was also feeling your pain at the same time. You know what I mean? So it was. Yeah, I felt for you, mate. Could see you was a bit stressed with it all, but you did well. You did well.
Do you think I did well? Oh,
Yeah.
Cheers, mate. I appreciate that. Well, it's been a busy week if I've put a video out because it's been 3 months since I made my last one. So it was a hectic week for me getting a video out at the same time. How was it, mate? It's just nerve-wracking, isn't it, when you're cutting corals? Because they're your pride and joy, and obviously they cost a lot of money. You don't want to kill the one you're fragging, nor the one that you like your main colony. So it's just nerve-wracking. But so I went out to B&Q, and I don't really fit in B&Q, to be honest. I'm like I'm like a penguin in the bloody desert. I tell you, I just don't know what I'm doing. So I went to find the power tools thing, and I saw the Dremel.
Yeah,
thought, that's what I need. I remember you saying, Steve, get a Dremel. So I'm like, right, I'll get a Dremel. Then there's about 8 Dremels, and I'm like, so I got the cheapest one because I'm from Yorkshire.
There's a surprise.
I got the cheapest one. It came with hardly any bits, basically.
That's why it's the cheapest one. So by the time you bought all the bits, it's now the most expensive one.
Well, then I thought, right. Then Steve said, get a diamond cutting blade.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so I'll get that. And I picked it up, and it was 20 quid just for the cutting blade. I was like, bloody hell, that's expensive. It's like bone and tile cutter or something. Blade. And I was like,
if I could just say something about that though, I did send a link to where I got mine from, and it was Amazon. I didn't go to B&Q. Yeah, I posted it on the picture.
Was it Amazon
on our chat? Yeah, Amazon. Yeah, but diamond tips are diamond tips, mate. Whichever ones you get.
Yeah. Anyway, so obviously I get everything out of the tank, get the coral out of the tank, go to fit the blade, and the bloody blade didn't fit, did it? It was like too big, the actual connector. So a good friend on my video, I can't remember who it was now. Well, Ross was one of them.
I was about to say Ross posted a picture of it.
To be fair, he knows a bit about like tools, doesn't he, and stuff. I don't know why. He's a bit geeky when it comes to tools.
He used to fix all of his cars, didn't he, and everything?
Yeah.
Because of his days driving and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I think so.
Was it Banger racing, wasn't it?
If you can make a car, I think you can frag a coral.
Well, that's it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
He takes cars to this, doesn't he? But anyway, he's like, you need this, and this guy on the YouTube, if you're watching, thank you so much. You need a speed click adapter, so I have to buy another adapter. But you know what it's like once you've got your head set on this job, and I had all the film camera like set up, and I'm like, I'm just gonna have to cut it with one of the standard cutting blades. So I'm like, oh my god, and it's like so thick, this blade as well. It's not even really designed for cutting anything properly. Anyway, I get it on, and you can see on the video, like I'm trying to hold this coral like this, and I'm like
shaking,
putting the pressure on it, and I'm like, if I slip with this, my fingers are coming off as well. Because I was just like, and the thing is as well, when the torch gets out of the water, it just slimes up, doesn't it, as well?
Yeah, it
does. It's like slipping out my hands as well. Anyway, just trying to hold it there, cut it off. And when I was cutting them, I didn't want to cut them too close to like the white skeleton.
Yeah.
Oh, the flesh.
The fleshy bit. Yeah, try to keep it on the brown.
Yeah.
Like the main bit of the skeleton. Anyway, just cutting them off.
Yeah.
But anyway, then I put them on the plugs, put that putty on, which I know people don't really put putty on there, like that Tunzi, that Tunzi gum.
Yeah.
But it basically means that you can get the coral really easy off the frag and just peel it off, and then you can stick it on. So I thought that was a good idea, so I went with that. And they're all here now, all 5 of them, sat on the frag rack. Yeah.
Well, even in your video, they look great. They look really good. They was out and they were flowing, and that's the main thing. That's the one thing. And if they're out, they was out after an hour or two or something, you know what I mean? So that's a good sign. That's a really good sign that they took to being cut, mate. You know what I mean? You know, so yeah, I think you did. I think you did really well, mate. To be honest, a lot safer than I would. You was proper like meticulous with your dipping and all that. I mean, I always iodine dip mine. You know, with a fragger.
Yeah.
Always, no matter what, I always iodine dip the one that's been the frag, and then I also dip the colony as well. You know, in the iodine, just to get speed up, or well, not speed up, but hopefully not cause any issues. You know what I mean, like bacteria or anything. So, but yeah, that's a good thing, mate. You did good there. I think you did. Like I said, the only thing was, like I said, the thickness of that blade. It looked like, it looked like it was big enough to cut a tree down, let alone a frag. You know what I mean?
It was ridiculous. It gave me no room to like position the blade properly. And then someone said to me on my video, they were like, "That's what's good about YouTube. People like give you hints and tips. Why didn't you use some like finger nose pliers to hold the other bit?" Like, and I was like, well, but I was worried of like crushing.
If you squeeze too hard with them,
squeeze
end up fragging.
Because they are quite fragile still, aren't they? Really. But yeah, I've fragged the New York Knicks, the Hellfire, and the Dragon Soul. They were easier. The Holy Grail, which is there, I haven't fragged that yet. I haven't got the balls to do that just yet. And also, it's a little bit too early to do that one. But
mind you, you've had it quite a while, that though, haven't you, Joe?
Yeah, it's been fragged once before though.
Okay.
So I took it to Signature Frags. He cut off 2 heads before. That's the only one that's been fragged.
Did he do it on a bandsaw?
Yeah, on one of those Griffin.
Yeah,
that's what you really need, with the water dripping down and the blade. Yeah.
But also, some of them also put iodine in the water, so actually they've got iodine dripping on them as well. I know
dripping in it.
When they do them at AAC, they use an iodine mix on them as well, so that's helping them.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing to use, but when you're like just a hobbyist reefer like me with a little nano, you can't be buying one of those Griffins.
They're a lot of money, like 500-600 quid, I think, unless you can get one second hand, and you don't see many of them around, so they hold their value quite a bit.
Yeah, but you know what? I got a real bug out of doing it. Like, I know you guys have fragged things before, but that was the first time I've really. I mean, I cut those Zoas off the rock, didn't I, and put them in the Pico.
Yeah,
but that wasn't really fragging. Really, in my eyes, like, this was the first time I've done it.
Well, it was, but those are fairly easy to do. This one, you're talking about colonies that are quite expensive, and you've actually got to cut through. Something, haven't you?
But it's just so nice to have like just seeing them there now, all lined up. They look really cool, and then I can see why people like want a frag tank, like just have frags in a tank. I just think I can see where that's like the next step of the addiction of this hobby. I feel like you have your tank, and then if you get really into it, you get a frag tank. That's like step 2 of the addiction. Then you get a coral farm, and then you end up like Paul at AAC, and he's just completely obsessed now. He's got a shop. That's how I think that's the way it goes. But such a good thing, just growing out your corals and cutting them up, and also people.
I agree.
People, people want to buy them and stuff. Like 4 of them have gone already.
That's good.
Well, not gone; they're still there. But I mean, 4 of them.
How long are you rest them for before you?
So they're gonna be there. All but one of the people that have bought them. They're at Love to Reef, so I'm bringing them down to. Love to Reef.
Them down?
So thanks for putting the event on, Paul. Appreciate that. I can trade my corals there. Yeah, as it were, and then
so you got a poly box to bring them down in, I'm assuming,
and not yet.
And also you probably best have little pots, and put them in little pots, because if you put them in bags, you need more water and stuff like that.
Right.
Whereas you could bring them in, get slightly bigger pots, and then put them in a pot, a couple of pieces of carbon, in the pot. Put them upside down, and you can get the polystyrene, and you can push them through. You know when you get them, have you had them through the post? Where you get little pots like that. And they hang upside down just so they stay in place. Couple pieces of carbon just in case they start to slime up. It takes any toxins out of the water. But I mean, you're not as if you're sending them through the post and the temperature's going to go all over the place. So
Well, that was going to be my next question in the WhatsApp group. Was going to be how best to package them to bring them to Love to Reef, because obviously.
So I'd put them in little pots. I'd wrap them around with bubble wrap so they can't move in the box. You don't need a massive box.
Yeah.
Where do you get all this stuff from? Do you just buy all of like Amazon bits and bobs, or can you buy like Fragging
I've seen it. You can get them on eBay, mate. They sell the pots in like 10, 20s and 50 packs and all that. 10, 20 and 50. Yeah, they come in. Yeah, I'll send a link because I've got the link stored on my eBay account because I was going to get them. But yeah, you can get the 60 ml pots, or you can get the 120 ml. Or 120 they are, yeah. But the 120 is the best, like Paul says, for torch coddles or euphyllias, you know, where they can flow, where they can open up. Plus, they like to have more water. Like euphyllias don't like to have minimal water either, I got told as well, you know, in the pots. They like to have more of a water, you know, more water in it. So just the best of getting them. And some of them do it with the foam. Some of them do it, you know. They get the sellers sell them with the foams. Obviously, it's extra. But you best off, like you said, getting. But I mean, you might as well buy like say 20 pots or something or whatever, because you know you're going to frag some more eventually. You've got them there, then ain't you? You know what I mean? So and it's worth it. You know what I mean? I should really get some. To be honest, I'm telling you, but like for me, it's just like I just haven't got the space and like fragging it. A lot of mine is SPS anyway. To be honest, you know what I mean. So,
but it's the same. It's the same method for SPS though, isn't it? You still put them in those little pots.
Yeah, of course.
But what I find with the SPS, because when you send them through the post, obviously you've got the poly boxes. I always put the heat packs at one end. Now, if I've got SPS, I put it at the other ends. If the SPS go too close to the heat packs, then they'll get too much heat, and then they'll just bleach because they'll be too hot, too warm. I find with SPS, I put them. So I've only got small boxes like that. I've got a few in the shed because I haven't sent anything through the post for ages. Because I haven't got that many frags.
Exactly.
Anymore. I just do that, Joe.
No. Would I need a heat pack for that short journey?
I would say no. I mean, we're talking about May. If you've got a poly box, then you don't need to put holes in it because you're not put a heat pack in there, so the heat will just retain in it.
Okay.
So I would say no, and then offload them as soon as possible, and then it's up to the other person to have a poly box and stuff like that, and then they can sort it out themselves. So they sit in the car.
I agree.
Like awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. I agree, mate.
In one piece.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. They're looking pretty good. You can see from here the fact that they're extended and they're getting a nice amount of flow on the right hand side, aren't they? Yeah. Yeah,
these. I mean, I can show you a little bit closer. It's under white, so you're not getting much of the. But the dragon soul, the two dragon souls are incredible. Right, they're really, really nice. Can you see them?
Yeah, you can.
Nice
lovely them, mate. Yeah.
Beautiful, so they're coming through. They're the New York Knicks. That's the Hellfire, and then these are unreal. They're really nice.
So what one hasn't sold, Joe?
One of the New York Knicks. Just the New York Knicks here. Just one of those.
But you can't really argue with that. You can't really argue with that, mate. You can't really argue with that.
I'm sure it'll go, and even if it doesn't, I'm happy just to have it there, to be fair.
Exactly, mate. Exactly.
I'm in no rush to get rid of it. It's it's not a burden to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, to be fair, it's costing me calcium and alkalinity and stuff like that. So I need to get rid of it because I dose, a couple of mil of that a day, so that's costing. But apart from that, apart from that, it's good.
I totally get it, mate.
But I love doing it, but it's just a bit nerve-wracking. And every time I went to cut something, I just thought I'm going to cut my bloody fingers off here on YouTube.
So it comes with experience. I mean, I wouldn't use it. I got a Dremel, but in the end, I stopped using the Dremel. I use cutters and everything or scissors.
Yeah.
When I do chalice, actually the Raja Rampage, I fragged a bit tonight. It was a little bit of broken. I just got the scissors, went straight across.
Yeah.
It's fine, but that's a bit different because obviously it's really thin. You just get a thin crust quite often on the chalice. But I've got to say, when I've done my torches, I've said to you before, I've used the cutters, and they've been fine.
No way, I do. I know Jake Adams on Reef Builders. God bless him. He in his video, when you want to do something, you go on YouTube, don't you, to see
see how people do it.
And he does that. He's got reef cut. He's got the reef cutters, and he's just snipping away like he's pruning a bush. And I'm like, I haven't got the balls to do
but
that.
But it comes with confidence over time, doesn't it? And I'm not saying I'm really good at it because I'm not. But I have done that before. So you think, well, okay, that's a nice space. Bang, just cut it. And even if the bottom just cracks a little bit, I'm not worried because I'll just put it in the putty. As long as you don't go on the flesh and stuff like that, then you're fine. There we go.
There's those pots there, Jay.
I wonder what he was putting up.
12 pots. I thought it was like a cup of tea at first. So it was like Costa or something.
Yeah, no, that's those pots.
So what is it? That's just the pot. Has it got foam in it? I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not sure. It could do, but you can get. Yeah. Well,
basically,
I'm not sure.
They're specimen pots, Jay. If you
specimen pots,
eBay specimen pots, they are. That's all they are.
Yeah.
And then
that's all they are. Yeah.
With some foam.
You're right, mate.
Yeah.
Just get some of that, and you're good to go, mate, for sure.
Yes, Steve. Thanks
yes.
for sharing.
Right then. Let's have a look. So let's have a look. See if there's any questions going on in there because we are quite some way behind.
Yeah,
we are some way behind.
27 minutes behind.
I say we haven't seen any of the chat yet, Steve. We've only seen the hellos and me talking about me torch barrels. Unless anybody wants a New York Knicks.
Let's have a look.
Then we're back on these calls again.
We come a sales. If not, it's going to be a giveaway.
It's a live sale, isn't it? It's a bit like Tidal Gardens, but you've got one
Gardens, If you want to see on the Blues picture, check out my Instagram. It's on there.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Travis said he spent all afternoon making a batch of the food that I made. Kitchen smells bad, but the tank will love it, mate. 100%, it will love it. Absolutely, mate.
Special recipe. I enjoyed that video just because that video just made me laugh. To be honest, good little video. You cooking up that stuff.
Hey, I tell you, you know what? The amount of people, seriously, that have messaged me. There must be 50, 60 people, who said, can you use frozen? Can I use fresh? Yeah. Can you do it? Yeah. You come round and do it.
You deliver it.
No. No, it's like, oh wow, it's great. Some people have said, oh, it's great, I've tried it, it's fantastic. They've all bought, I reckon, they've all bought those little tiny 1 centimeter things. The makers of that have probably gone, what the hell? We're still an influx of people buying them all. Yeah, big run of them are all sold out. Well, you know what though? Seriously, like they just it works, mate. And I like I said, I love it. So
there's no nitrates in it. That's the problem, is there? There's any nitrates in it?
It's clean, isn't it? Which is good if you
clean as a whistle.
If you've got nutrients in your tank, then it's fine. If you haven't, then you're right. You've got the problem that Steve's got at the moment.
Yeah.
What's your problem, Steve? That's why I'm having it.
Problem shares. What's
because
going on?
Because I've not got much fish in my tank. The nutrients, are like not bottoming out yet, but they're on the way. They're on the way to bottoming out.
Yeah.
But the weird thing is like because I've only got I've always had a fairly low in a sense of nutrient system anyway. Yeah. Never like over 25 and 20s and stuff like that. It's always been below 15 parts per million. Well, since my tank's been running, but it's been running at about 7 ppm. Then it went to 4 ppm, and I was like, wow. And then obviously, with the fish and stuff like that, and everything, obviously trying to remove the tang and stuff like that, and things like that, And then obviously the other fish dying, so my nutrients have started to plummet because there's not as much fish, in the tank. So obviously I tested my water, and God, there was hardly any nutrients in. But I've still got a film of algae, like a little tiny film, nothing like big clumps of air out there, because there's not enough nutrients in the tank anyway for that to happen. But I'm feeding the tank now every solitary day, not only with my food, but I'm feeding it with pellets as well, pellet food and everything to raise the nutrients up. So the fish are getting fed well, but the nutrients still seem to be low, on the lower side. So I need to get some more fish in there. I need to buy some more big fish. That's what I need, mate.
You need some mud.
Yes, it's quite possible. Does it contain high nutrients, that mud?
Yes. Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah.
High in what sense? High in phosphate?
It buffers your nutrients, because if mine gets too low, I always stick a little bit of mud in there.
Oh dear.
Is that why they only say like you're only supposed to put like a little tiny bit in every so often?
Yeah. Otherwise it'll be too high. Your nutrients go too high. Yeah. But sometimes I get on my wire where my wave maker is. Sometimes I'll get the little dinos. With the algae.
Bubbles. Yeah.
The minute I see them, I'm like, I'm going to put a little bit of mud in.
Right.
Just because I know that's the starting point of the nutrients getting too low. Because I'll just get them either on the edge of the magnet where the wave maker is, they'll just appear there.
Yeah, that's right.
Or on the actual cable that the wave maker is.
Yeah.
That's how I check it. And then I'm like, right, I don't want these guys knocking about. So I'll put a bit of mud in, or I'll dose a little bit of. That's the thing with nanos. If you start doing just nitro plus,
so
So
Steve, I've got a little bit.
What is that? Is that a nitro? Is that a nitro?
Liquid nitrate.
So that's nitrate.
Yeah,
I've never used anything like that ever. So
10 mil. Is it 10 mil? Wait a minute.
Yeah,
10 mil lifts your nitrates by 1 ppm. By one. Right. Yeah, 10 mil is 1 ppm lift.
So it really depends on the size of the tank, I suppose.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
It does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. So I bought the NIOS Phosphate Plus because I've got cyano in one of the tanks and my phosphate's too low. And if you do a water change, it doesn't make any difference. So I've started to dose phosphate to bring it within balance, and then hopefully the cyano will go, because it was there for about a month and it wouldn't shift. And and the nitrates were quite high, and I'm thinking, nitrates I'm good with. But phosphate was too low, so I bought the Phosphate Plus.
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
to put it. It's not. It's 1 litre is $17.99.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it lasts quite a bit. So I've got that, and I'm just gradually taking it, increasing it on the basis that once it's back in balance, the cyano will go. But we'll see.
You got to be able to manage your nutrients, either adding them when you need them or taking them away when you don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just that. I mean, everyone's doing that all the time. You're always looking at your nutrients.
Absolutely.
Levels.
Yeah. So it's not about chasing numbers. It's just trying to keep a balance, isn't it?
Yeah. Just keep it balanced. Yeah. Keep them steady or in the ballpark. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like I said, I've never really had issues with nitrates ever. I mean, nitrates have always remained the same. You know, give or take.
You've always had more
give or take 3 or 4 ppm. It's with phosphates that I've always been like up and down with on my phosphates.
I go and get the bottle.
I know roughly like how much to dose, how much like raw phos to run in my reactor to keep my phosphates at a certain level now. I know that balance, So if it starts to rise higher, I know that I need to put a little bit of extra raw phos in, drop it down, then take some out, and then I know roughly on how much I need to dose, you know what I mean? But with this one, it's confusing the life out of me because, and basically what it boils down to is there's not enough fish in my tank. I need more fish in the tank, to give that waste in the tank, Then in turn, it'll help the corals grow because corals love fish poop and stuff like that. It'll help, and it should rise my nutrients up. You know what I mean?
That's the NIOS Phosphate Plus.
Right. Oh, the NIOS phosphate,
So it's a big. It's 1 litre.
Yeah, you got loads there.
I'm just dosing a little bit. So because my phosphates were far too low. So I decided I'm just trying out. I've never done anything like that before.
No.
And I don't usually get cyano in any tank other than around about June, July time.
Yeah, that's when I get it.
When you start getting it in the kind of summer months. But there was an imbalance in the tank. So that's what I'm doing just to give it a go. As I say, I've never done that before. The alternatives, you run an ultra low nutrients, which we said about you. So you're putting loads of your food in to feed the tank, and then you dose loads of coral food as well. So your corals are getting it and your fish are getting it, but then the nutrients are low. And then you start about, then as you dose more, it might come back up. But that's how people used to run their tanks. And some people still do run on a low nutrient. But you've got to make sure you're putting enough stuff in for your corals, otherwise they'll start to starve, won't they? That's the only issue you've got to watch out for.
Yeah.
But you could run
I call it my little first aid kit. I mean, my nitrates and my phosphates, just in case it drops too low. Yeah, because you really don't want to be in that area, do you, with low nitrates and phosphates. So I just think, right, I'll put a bit of mud in, or I'll put a bit of nitrate in, or I'll put a bit of phosphate in. Just buffers it up again. And then when it gets too high, clean my filter sock, clean my filter floss, do a water change, and it's just getting it in. It's going to move in that zone. Even your numbers move in the zone, but as long as you stay in a zone of nutrients, you don't want to starve anything. But it's no
different to your alkalinity, your magnesium and calcium, really, is it? That you test it, you want it within a range, so you don't, you're not going to keep it bang on. With alkalinity, you might be others, so it's no different on those two.
Yeah,
whereas a lot of people are doing water changes and all that kind of things to bring it down, because most people have a problem with the nutrients being too high. Usually newer tanks, people have got nutrients too low because they put too much filtration in, and there's not enough bioload, but. You don't see it very often in an established tank, but then, Steve, you removed a few fish. So you know the reason behind it, don't you?
I know exactly what it is. Like you said, it's with the fish dying and stuff like that, mate. I know exactly where it stems from, and and the issues it is. But it's just like a fish. I need to, like you said, I really do need to get a load of fish in there. I mean, you see, for mine, because mine's a mature system anyway, it won't shock the system if I had 5 or 6 fish at one time. You know what I mean? Or it shouldn't do anyway. You know what I mean?
We picked some fish last week, didn't we? We picked some fish out for you. That wrasse from Marine, that was a good one.
Amphias.
Some nice amphias.
Yeah.
No.
We even gave you a list of things not to buy, didn't we? Like puffer fish and lionfish.
Yeah, lionfish and
fish and
poisonous fish.
So hopefully you stuck to that list.
The box fish, won't it?
You never know.
Never know.
You never know. Yeah.
Not with you, mate. It's like rolling a dice.
You never know, mate. You got to live on the edge, mate. Live on the edge, mate. But that's a good plug, guys. Because tune into my next video anyway. Because you'll see. Yeah. Shane plug, but tune into my next video. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
What's going on?
Right.
You'll be pleasantly surprised, mate.
So I feel a bit left out. You've been selling corals. You're plugging your video, and I'm plugging Love to Reef. Got a few tickets left. So if you haven't got a ticket, guys, get a ticket.
Yes.
And if you watch my video, I actually plug Love to Reef on the video. So there you go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
No. Very good.
Let's see.
Have we still got tickets for Love to Reef? Yeah.
I've got a few. Yeah.
Wow.
They'll sell out. The way they will sell out by the time we get to the day. But I found out the other one. I've got a list of people saying they're coming, but haven't paid. So I can't say that those tickets are being sold.
Giveaway tonight. I am tempted, actually.
Yeah, so I'm waiting for quite a few people to pay, as I said last week.
Yeah.
But
bailiffs are coming round.
Yeah,
if you're watching the live stream and you haven't paid Paul, he's coming for you.
Scott's coming to sort you out.
Well, actually, now I can say I'm coming now. Definitely, Paul. So I managed to get the day off. Okay, I'm getting the day off. I could only get the Saturday off, so I can't even stay the night. Well, I'm down there the Saturday, but mate, my work, you know what? They're just like because it's so overthinking you. You got to put your request
don't say too much.
Weeks and weeks and weeks, before me. I don't care if he's watching.
I know, my boss. He said on one of the videos, on one of the live sick. He's like, I'm coming anyway. And if I'm not allowed, I'll be on the sick. And I'm like,
I'm going to nick the bus, and drive down.
No, but I'm on the way, mate. I'm coming. So I'm going to be there, definitely.
Old Mrs. Smith, who's on the bus usually, should have a trip down to London.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. It's going to be fun. I can't wait.
Yeah, catch up.
It's going to be great.
It'd be great, yeah.
It's going to be great, mate. Good fun. It's going to be good fun. But let me have a look. Let me see where we are, because we are some. I think we're somewhere off here now. Let me have a look.
We're behind.
We're not that far. We're not that far behind. We're not that far behind.
We haven't had any comments since about 8:05.
Eamon McCann. Even in Eamon.
What are they like?
Let's have a look.
Grilled on toast, mate. What?
Yeah. So.
What grilled on toast? What's that all about?
You're sending a fraggle to me. No. I'm catching up now.
Send me a
John's
fraggle
asking why's your flag's got nappies on?
It's because I used that putty, didn't I? I didn't want to use glue.
You've used loads of putty. You only need a little bit, just to.
I know, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You did go a bit OTT on the putting there, mate. I've got to admit, yeah. Right,
they've been entombed
like
a mummy.
There we go. Everyone's a critic.
No.
I was worried about them coming off the plug. You see,
I'd say you got no problem with that. They're like mummies. You've entombed them.
Yeah.
Mate, he's got
the Dremel won't be able to get them. The Dremel won't be able to get them off the plugs.
Mate, the Dremel will take everything off, even fingers.
Jay, you can stick another 50 quid in. You can call it an ultra rare mummy soul. Mummy dragon soul.
Yeah. That's what we do. Oh, that's a genius move, mate.
You know what? Hey. You lot. When kick him out when he's down. I thought I'd done all right with them. Now
you have done really well. There's no chance of them moving, is there?
They're not bloody moving
like that.
Anyway, Stu's Reef, did you say you sold the frag plugs for 3 weeks, Jay?
Yeah, it was about 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah, because you told me to do that. You said put some in the sump.
Yeah, I always put my frag plugs. Always. Anytime I get frag plugs, whether it's 2, 5, 10, 100, 50, whatever it is, yeah, I always stick them in my sump. They're always in my sump next to the skimmer, mate. I just throw them in there, let the bacteria and all that, you know. And then when you take them out, you see like little copepods and everything on them. It's mad, mate. Little copepods and all that, and all on the frag plug.
That's what you want, though, isn't it?
Get the bacteria on it, absolutely. And then I always find that when I do it, I've got to admit, I've had 100% success. I've never had a fail with any of them dying, yeah? It's like, because when you frag them then and you stick them on, it's like the seed to heal a lot quicker, a lot better. You know, I don't know whether it's just coincidence, but I've never lost anything, mate, ever, you know, in it.
I know Signature Frags, he floats his before he frags onto him.
I think it's worth it.
I saw that on the work experience last summer.
Best way.
Work experience. He soaks them. I went work experience.
You did, yeah.
Yeah,
work experience.
Yeah, and he soaks 6 of frag plugs before he frags. Yeah, every time.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's definitely the right way to go, mate, for sure. Got to drop. Julian saying he's got to drop his 450 litres, so we can decorate behind the tank. Any tips as to keep the fish and corals for about 2 hours? Just get big buckets, can't you? And all those big finger buckets, like they look like little black bathtubs.
A big old.
That's what I'd get.
And it depends what you got to put in. You're talking about the fish and the corals, or you're talking about the rock. Depends how much you want to put in there. But for 2 hours. Yeah, just a
2 hours,
power head. In fact, for 2 hours, you don't need a heater or a power head, I would say. But I would get a big tub, stick them all in there. You definitely don't need any light or anything because corals won't make no odds for the corals in those hours. I'd probably put a heater in there and a bit of flow. And depends what fish you got as well. Any problems if you've got a big tub and if you've got fish that jump, that's the only thing.
But like you said, you can cover it up, can't you? It's not going to be an issue, is it?
No.
You're just covering it up with anything, a blanket or anything you've got lying around, mate. To be honest, it's only a couple of hours. It's not going to be. I would have thought it'd be a massive hindrance to him.
If you got to take your rock work out, then that's the thing about making sure your rock work stays wet.
Yeah.
And then I must admit, I'd be a bit cautious when I put it back in. I'd put some more bacteria. So just
bacteria.
You've disturbed. So if you disturb the sand bed, you could release some ammonia or stuff like that. So I'd put in some Dr. Tim's or some Colony or something like that, just in case. And I'd put maybe a poly filter. I'd be cautious. I'd put a poly filter back in when you put it in because if there's anything you disturb, that'll soak it up. Some carbon, some other bacteria.
See, the zoo's got a thing in there with like we're saying there, a couple of big buckets, but then they say like with the sand. Like, would you replace all the sand? I mean, theoretically, what I did with mine was, I mean, it was transitioning from my 170 into my 350. I replaced the majority of the sand, from my 170. But I took a scoop, a little, what do you call it, measuring cup, measuring cup what you get for the for the kitchen, yeah, I just took a scoop of that of my normal sand, yeah, out being 170, and I put that in because obviously, you know, with the beneficial bacteria, that's all. And I mixed it with all new sand, you know what I mean? I never took all my sand from the other one, ever. And I would never do that anyway, whatsoever, to be honest. But
what you could,
I don't know, it depends.
Yeah. Depends how much you're disturbing as well. If you take, you take a couple of pieces of rock out your tank, all of a sudden you'll get like smoke of all the crap and everything else. So what I would be tempted to do, if you're taking stuff up, I'd put it all in, put the coals in, and leave the fish out for a couple more hours to let it settle. Do a bit of a water change, put the polyfill, and then once it started to, depends how murky it is. Once it's settled a little bit, then put your fish in, because your fish could stay in a bucket or a tub for, if you're doing it for 2 hours, you could keep them in there for 6-7 hours.
Yeah.
And then put the fish in once it's settled, because it's all the ammonia and everything else. It's not probably going to do the corals any harm, but it might cause a problem with the fish with ammonia. So therefore, at least you can let it settle down, and then put some. I'd probably put ATM in, because ATM's something like that, because then you can, if there's any ammonia, it will suck it up.
When did you last decorate, Julian? Is it desperate? I'd be thinking.
You had the paint marks all around the tank, wouldn't you?
Well, yeah, just work on your missus and just say, oh, well, it looks quite nice actually in the room. You don't need to
leave that wall the way it is.
That is a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
When
the same colour, so the bit behind the tank doesn't really matter. Yeah.
I mean, when I did it, I mean, God, it was more for the fumes for me. You know, the fumes. Somebody said like the fumes. You know, the fumes. So I was like, oh my God, and I didn't think about the fumes. I was cut. So in the end, I covered my tank. So I got loads of blankets, and then I basically shrink wrapped my tank, with the blankets on top of it. So there was no air going. It was just like the lights were off, everything. And then I did exactly what you did, painting around the tank. I had the roller, stood on the ladders, leaning over and like rolling it down. Managed to get to the bottom. Oh, it was an absolute nightmare, mate.
That would have been a brilliant video.
I was just like,
that would have been good, mate. Behind the cupboard.
It wouldn't have. Mate, it would have. There was a few F's and Jeffs and you know what all on it, mate. For sure. It was an absolute nightmare.
It looks really nice that you've done it. Anyway, it looks nice, mint green. It is mint green, isn't it? Your wall there.
What is?
Your walls in the living room mint green, aren't they?
No, it's grey, mate.
No, I can't say it. It doesn't look grey, yeah.
Yeah, it's grey, mate.
Your beard's grey.
Yeah, hey, that's definitely great. Hey, I'm a granddad now, mate. So I've got to have a great beard. Yeah.
Congratulations, Steve. Granddad.
Yes,
Steve.
I am. Was it fishy granddad, weren't it?
Fishy granddad.
I went and seen him. Yeah, I went and seen him the first time Sunday. I went and seen him Sunday. So yeah, it was really, really, really good. I really enjoyed it, mate. Yeah, little masonry, so yeah, I'm going to be called. So then it was my birthday 2 days ago as well, yeah. So it was a nice, I went and seen him. We went out for a meal, had something nice to eat, and and then what do you call it? And then they had a card, and the first things in the card was like to Grandad Coral, and I'm like, oh my God, that's what I'm going to be called now. It's going to be Grandad Coral, mate. I'm like, what the hell? So yeah, I think that's going to be my name now. But yeah, it was fantastic, mate. I enjoyed it. So, yeah, I'm going to have a great beard, mate. Yeah, for sure. There's no going back with that. Anyway, let's have a look.
Jay, someone's just messaged me to say they've got a poly box, some containers and foam discs, and they can send them to you for free of charge. So I'll sort it out after live stream.
Oh, thank you, whoever that is. That's really kind. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Nice. PS, they want a dragon soul. No. I don't. That's me making it up. But yeah, I'll send the details afterwards.
That's brilliant. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. That's very kind.
Yes.
There's a reason why I
be reefing.
Yeah.
Steve, you're struggling to get nitrate. Does this not mean you have too many biomedia, i.e. bioball? Mate, I don't even hardly have any bioballs, to be honest. I just have the rack, which I got from Aquaprint, the bioball rack. I got from them guys. No, we're just with the balls on that rack. That's all I've got. So I've only got 3. 3 sticks. About 12 balls on it, I think. That's all I've got. 12 balls of that thing. That's it. You know what I mean? Well, that's all. And then I've got one. And then I've got but I spaced it. I spaced it out. So I had one. So there was one, and then missed one, put another one on, missed one, and then put another one on. But I stacked them up in threes. But but no. I mean, really, I don't have a problem usually at reefing. It's just like I said, with losing those fish. And I did have quite a few fish in there. And obviously, if you remember, I had the tang, and then I had the fox face that died, and then I had all 3 chromas. So now I've got no chromas, you know what I mean? I've got no tang, I've got no fox face. So biologically, the waste has gone completely out of my tank. Now I've just got a pair of clownfish, you know, the what's it called? The clownfish, the mandarin, the little Bengai cardinal. And really, that's it. I think I've got 5 fish.
Not a lot, is there? In a 350.
5 fish, mate. And they're small, aren't they? So if you think about it, there's no waste in there, mate. So there's not enough waste in it going into it. You know what I mean? So that's the problem I'm having. When all those fish was in, I had none of these problems, none whatsoever, mate. The nutrients were okay. Phosphates was airing on the side of high. Well, they was high. I had to run roll phos every so often. But I had no issues. But it's just, I know exactly what it is. It's just like lack of not enough fish in there, and that's what it boils down to sort it out. But we're going to address that. We're addressing it. It's just finding the right fish.
You thinking about then we can have a poll, can't we? Like,
Steve hasn't done a poll. We've got to do a poll, Steve.
Yeah, he hasn't done a poll yet. We're an hour in. There's no poll yet.
Oh, bloody hell. Now I've got to figure it out, haven't I? Yes.
You did
right,
it well.
I'll figure it out.
Live, what's it, YouTube Studio. Click on
YouTube Studio, yes.
Your live stream.
And
then the bottom right-hand corner.
And then it's the bottom corner in it. Let's see.
I sent one too as well, didn't I? Was it from Kraken? Sure, it was Kraken Corals. There was a nice one there, wasn't there?
That?
I'm sure I sent you a picture of a fish at Kraken, didn't I? I can't remember which one
you did,
Yeah, and that was a nice one.
Yes, you did.
Where was it now? What was
it? Was a nice one, mate.
Blue. I do like them blues, but they're ace. I've always wanted one of them. They're expensive there, though, aren't they? The blue spot jawfish.
Oh, yeah, they're mega expensive, them, mate.
They don't last very long, do they? Those jawfish, they're quite sensitive fish. From what I've read, they're not really good in captivity.
They like colder temperatures, I think that's what it is.
Isn't it?
Yeah, and your reef tanks are too hot.
Yeah. It's a bit like seahorses, isn't it? They from what I've read, because eventually at one point I will get a seahorse tank, probably in years to come, but they like slightly cooler temperatures, don't they? Around about 24 degrees rather than 20. So which is I know we don't have that much hot weather, but whereas your tank can go up to 28 degrees fairly easy, I'm not too sure if a seal's tank could cope with that. I don't know. Don't know enough about it, but that's what puts me off.
What about that one, eh? Quite good,
isn't it? How much is that?
That's nice.
It's like a parrotfish. What type is this?
Parrotfish. Oh no, mate.
Corals, didn't they?
Marshall Island.
They SPS.
Yeah.
Marshall Island wrasse.
Wrasse. Right.
Marshall Island wrasse. £125, Steve. That is.
Yeah, well, it is nice, mate. Yeah, but
the problem with wrasse, right? They can be a bit finicky because they don't travel very well. So you find with wrasse, either they'll survive on day one, or if they've had problems when they're traveling, they're quite often going to the sand and never to be seen again.
Well, yeah, I have heard that.
That's the problem with wrasse. I've only ever lost one wrasse that way.
That looks nice.
It can be hit and miss, but yeah.
There's a lot of stock everywhere at the moment. You should have loads of choice, Steve. Why don't you get something like an angelfish, like a butterfly fish?
Angelfish? Because they can munch on your corals, mate.
Oh, that's Scully. They love that war paint Scully. That war paint Scully. They love that as a dessert.
That's what I mean, mate.
On that all night.
You're winding me up, aren't you?
Like an apple core.
He'll be eating it in front of you. Have some of that.
Pull up the bib.
Mate, and you know what? I'll hand deliver that Scully up to your house, mate. I'll be up to your house in a flash. See ya, Jay.
So how many fish are you looking to buy?
Depends on the size, doesn't it?
I'm thinking that I need to add at least.
What's wrong with them Amphias that I picked out for you? Them yellow one, they're really nice.
No, I do like the Amphias. I do like the Amphias, mate. To be honest,
you have to feed them loads, which is going to benefit what you.
That's the problem. Yeah, and that is the problem. That is the problem that I've got, because obviously with my shift, mate, it's a bit difficult. You know what I mean?
You put the auto feeder on, like Paul said. Put the auto feeder on.
I don't have an auto feeder.
Well, we can sort you one out with one of those.
What about that, Steve? Fox-faced rabbit fish.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is one that I remember. I had one of these, didn't I? And it passed away. Didn't remember.
Yeah.
But this is definitely a fish that and the good thing with these is they are, when they say reef safe, the majority, 9 times out of 10, they are reef safe, to be honest. You know, they don't really go for corals, yeah. They're absolute algae munchers, so they just munch on algae. And they're fairly pleasant, really. They're not a territorial fish. But mine wasn't. Anyway, my last one, he stayed away from trouble. The clownfish used to go over to him, but because they're venomous, because of the little spines on top of them, mate, you know what I mean? Yeah. I think a lot of fish, they tend to stay away from them, don't they? But I really do like these rabbit fish, to be honest. Like little badgers, don't they? Look like little badger faces. Hey?
I think they look good. Fish. I would never have one.
I love them, mate. I really do like them. I
like the weird head. It's got a weird shape.
Why not? It's something different. It's like, you know what it looks like? It looks like it's two different
fish.
Fish stuck together. I like that. No, I like them.
That is the mongrel of the fish world.
It is, yeah.
It just doesn't look like it. It's not pretty.
You're not feeling the love, Joe.
I don't think tangs are pretty.
What, a yellow tang? Yellow tangs are beautiful.
No, they look ugly.
Oh. What about Achilles tang?
Don't be silly.
Tang? what is wrong? Kick him out.
I think angelfish, butterfly.
No, I think
angelfish.
I think you've been poisoned by some palytoxin zoos or something, mate. It's affected your head or something.
That's Ryan on Prestige Reef. He had to go to hospital, not me. I've not done that.
Yeah, but that was for something else, though, wasn't it?
What?
Yeah.
Yes. Palytoxins. I've not had that. I'm completely sane.
No.
As sane as you can.
They look fantastic.
Get your poll up and ask the audience, do you think rabbit fish are ugly?
Right, I will do. How do you do this now? I don't even know how you do it. Anyway, I'm lost.
We did it 2 weeks ago.
I don't even know how you do it, mate.
He slept since then.
I don't
know. I'm like a fish.
YouTube Studio.
I'm on it. Yeah, I'm on it.
Right, click on the live stream. Go into content.
Yeah.
On the live stream.
Content,
and then you should have all the comments down the right hand side.
Yeah.
And then right down the bottom, you got a little icon that's for a poll. Jay's saying it as if he knows.
I've done.
Looking at it now, mate.
I mean, we've not even had the thumbs up banner. You know, the tasteful banner that he always puts on. Really?
Yeah. The
classy banner. Thumbs up for Steve, the host. If it's going to take that long, Steve, we're all off to bed soon anyway.
Yeah. I know, yeah. No, I've forgotten how to do it. I'm on it. I'm actually on it. I'm on our live stream. I'm on the live stream, and I can't see it anywhere where it should say it.
Have you got the comments on the right hand side?
On our live stream?
No, not on StreamYard. On YouTube Studio.
YouTube Studio.
Yeah, I'm on YouTube Studio. Yeah.
Right, and you've got
dashboard
on the right hand side. You've got the comments.
And then you said go to content, didn't you?
Yeah, on content, and then you've got your live stream.
Yeah.
Click on the live stream.
Click on the live stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you got now?
1 minute.
It's all right. We've got another hour.
Just going on it. Yeah. Let's see.
You should do a YouTube video on how to do
I
a poll.
reckon you should make a video on this. It's going to be fascinating.
Yeah. I think.
Do you know what you can do? You can then watch it every week.
Before it comes up.
No.
Are you there yet, Steve? He found it yet?
It's like being in the car. Are we there yet?
I know.
No.
No, he's not.
Have you clicked on content?
You're still on the ring road.
Clicked on the video.
Clicked on it, mate.
And you've clicked on the
Clicked on
comment.
it.
Below the comments, it says create poll on the right hand side. You did it 2 weeks ago, mate.
Yeah.
I know I did.
It was almost seamless last time.
That's because he wasn't a granddad last time.
Yeah, no, it's going to his head, isn't it?
No,
old fishy granddad.
It's got some freaking head, mate. Yeah, tell you. It's mad, mate.
Well,
yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll leave it.
Maybe just
it's
ask
just not even coming up. Yeah, just ask him. Probably a bit wise anyway, to be honest.
Yeah.
No, they're probably all gone now. Anyway, there's probably no one to ask.
Tumbleweed.
Tumbleweed. In the comments.
Well, what's the question?
That's going to tee me off, mate.
Let me get a picture of one of these fox faces here.
Have we had it? Shall I put it back on? Shall I put it
no,
back on
I'll
screen?
get one. Don't you worry.
You're going to get a really ugly one, aren't you? It's not even going to be a fox face. You're going to pick something different.
It will be.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with him.
Well,
I like him. I like those fox faces, mate.
I can't believe he thinks tangs are ugly.
You know?
Yeah, I do. I just don't find. I just don't think.
You're mad, mate.
Right. I mean, that is that way. Look, that's the standard. That's what one looks like.
There you go.
No.
Share screen. Where's me?
You got to share.
Present. Share.
You need to share it. Yeah.
Share. The fox face.
You there yet?
There you go. Yeah, there it is.
Got it?
Yeah, that's
have a look. Yeah.
Fair enough, isn't it? That one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's it.
Right. Now you get different ones, don't you? Yeah. Now this one where you got the icon over it. Yeah. That is nice, mate. That's a nice. I like them fish. That one there where your mouse is on.
Nice.
Yeah, I like that.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not in proportion.
Yeah.
Its head's not in proportion.
What do you mean it's not in proportion?
That looks like two fish stuck together to me.
No.
Like that's
one
well,
that's
fish,
the idea of it.
and that's the other fish, the yellow bit.
That's the idea of it, mate. It looks different. It's something different.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's definitely different, Steve. I'll give you that. It's like a cut and shut.
Look at the third. Look at the third one on the top line there. Look at the third one on the top line.
It's a write-off. The
write-off fish.
Yeah.
Which one now?
I like him.
This one here. That.
Yeah, look.
Oh,
look at
I
that.
like that one. That is nice. Look at that red on the edge.
Look at that, mate. Don't tell.
How can you look like
tell me
that?
that don't look nice.
Oh,
I think that's been eating your foods by the looks of it. It's put a bit of timber on that one.
It's a fat face.
Yeah.
It's a fat face, not a fox face. Yeah,
He does, yeah. Looks like he's got a bit of timber on that.
I tell you what, that is nice. The red.
I mean, I've never seen one like that. So to be fair, that is nice. I've never seen one like that.
Is that nice? Yeah, but it looks totally different now, Jay. You can't say that. Look, you've still got the same head.
No, these are the ones that you see all the time. These ones.
Yeah,
it looks like two fish to me. It looks like two fish.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, but I think they look nice. I just do. I think they look really different, unique, something different, mate. You know what I mean?
But I like yellow fish. You don't have many yellow fish, do you? Something's got that kind of bright yellow.
Yeah,
absolutely, so, mate. Yeah,
it's only my opinion, and that's worth nothing. But it's just what I think.
No,
I don't think they're very.
No, I
think it's fair enough.
I agree. I agree with you, mate. I agree with you. But like you said,
why are you buying one then?
Because I just like him.
Oh, right.
I really like him, mate. I just like. I do like. When I had my fox face, I had my original fox face. I was gutted when that died, mate. I was absolutely gutted when that died because it had its own little personality. It wasn't one of those fish that was scared. It just like from the moment I put it in, you know, like when you put a fish in the tank, yeah. What do they always do 9 times out of 10? They die, don't they? And they hide, and then you think, are they alive? Yeah. A day later, 2 days later, you're not seeing him. You're like, well, that's a waste of 40, 50, 60, 80 quid. You're not seeing it. You know what I mean? Yeah. and never to be seen again. Whereas when I added my fox face, along with my yellow tang as well, yeah, when I added that one, from day one, mate, they was out right in the front and they were swimming, doing their own thing. They didn't mind their own, and they was just like a presence. And I thought, they look nice in the tank. When they were swimming in the tank, they look beautiful. And I was like, yeah. And I was gutted when it died, mate. Absolutely gutted. You know what I mean? But so it is something. And like I said, reef safe. Didn't pick any corals. Just went around eating the algae, any bits of algae that was there. It did its thing. And it's one of those fish that you can be 9 times out of 10. You can say, you know what? I trust this fish. This is not going to do anything because a lot of fish stay away from them because they're all like poisonous. Do you know what I mean? So,
I don't know. There's so
I
many
do like
beautiful fish you can have in salt water.
Of course it is.
That's not one of them.
Of course.
No, it's lovely coloration on it.
You could be right, mate. You could be right.
You could be right.
No, I'm not. I genuinely do not think they are good-looking fish.
So, Jay, would you rather have a fox face or an algae blenny?
Oh, well, come on. Jesus, they're not even pretty, are they?
That's what I'm saying.
They look like
hold on a minute, yeah. Hold on a minute, yeah. These fish, yeah. These fish do a specific job in the tank, mate. Yeah, that's what the job looks like. What when you add snails into a freaking tank, they don't look nice, do they? Yeah. Why do you add them? You add them for a reason, and you do it for a reason. You don't add them for aesthetically looking, do you?
Pretty. That's what you had the fish for, surely.
Yeah.
I mean,
but you want in a bigger tank, yeah. When you get a bigger tank, you won't just add a fish because it looks great. When you get a big boys tank, yeah. When you get a big boys tank, what you'll do is you'll find then that you'll need to have fish to do certain jobs, mate. That's what you'll need to get. You know what I mean? And these things do it. That's the difference, you see. You know what I mean?
I don't think I'd have one of these either because it looks a bit like Ross. That does, to be fair, that one. It's got a big beard there, look. A big beard.
It looks happy like Ross, doesn't it?
That's like Ross on a live stream, yeah.
Not wrong with that, mate. I love them. And I'll tell you what.
With Ross underneath, and he's on the live stream.
I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you one thing with these fish, yeah, is they've got like such a great personality, mate. They look at you as if like you know you're crazy, mate. The way they do it, they're fantastic fish. I love these fish as well, mate. They do a good job.
I'd go with the algae blenny over the fox face every time, but they're not very
fair play.
They're not very pretty. I've got a question for you. Would you spend £400 on a fish, Steve? And the reason why I'm asking you £400 is because I know
why are you asking me?
I'm asking you because I'm working out if you spend more on coral than you would on a fish. Because you spent £400 on a coral, and you didn't really take too long to think about that when you did it. But would you spend £400 on a fish?
And the honest answer to that is no.
Why?
And the reason I say that, is because whatever fish you have in your tank, you don't know whether they're going to turn rogue and they're going to be nasty onto it, So knowing my luck, I would buy a £400 fish, and either the clownfish would go for something and it would attack it, or something like that, and it'll jump out the tank when I'm not here, and that'll be it, mate. So the reason I wouldn't have one is one because
you haven't got a lid. He hasn't got a lid, has he? That's why
he's playing with fish roulette.
He's got.
I haven't got a lid.
Reefing stuff, and he ain't got a lid. This guy, what's he doing?
So I wouldn't spend £400 on a fish because
I wouldn't spend £400.
They can be quite delicate. £400 probably be a delicate fish, and you could put it in, and then the next day you come down and it's just floating. Whereas with a rainbow chalice, they're pretty hardy. Not to say it couldn't strip, but they are quite hardy corals.
Not only that, they're not going to jump out of the tank, so that's a good thing as well, mate. You know what I mean? You know what?
Get a bloody lid. What are you doing? I think we're all in that boat, though. We'd all spend a little bit more on coral probably than we would on fish. I'm the same. I don't know why, but it feels like it's more of a risk with a fish than a coral to me.
That's how it feels, anyway.
It feels like, doesn't it? I don't think it is, but it just feels like that.
I think it depends on what fish and what coral, but. Yeah.
But but it boils down to this question, doesn't it? As reefers, as hobbyists, and as reefers, it's specific in it. Like some people love the fish side of it, Some people love the coral side of it. Like when I got into the hobby, I wanted a coral reef, I didn't say I wanted a coral reef with tons of fish. I wanted a coral reef that's what I wanted in my. That was my straight from the get go. That's what I want. I want nice rock with loads of coral on it. That's what I wanted. That was my thing. It wasn't right. And let's shove in 50 fish that's going to look fantastic in the tank and this and that. What that I never set out like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So for me, with my tank is specific, like a mixed reef, meaning in the sense of like loads of corals, this, that, and the other. Yeah. You know, and with added fish. That's what it is, with added fish. But you do get a lot of people who prefer fish. You know what I mean? A lot of people do prefer fish rather than coral. You know what I mean?
Get some stunning fish
for whichever reason.
I mean, if you've got a lovely tank full of coral, but also you've got quite a few fish that swim out in the open, I think it complements it, doesn't it? Because you get a shoal of 5, 7, totally 9 amphias or something like that. They're all swimming around open. It's just it adds a different dimension. I think
it wouldn't look as good without the fish. The fish do add to it.
Yeah,
no, I totally agree to it. Yeah, I totally agree there.
With the corals, that's what it looks like. The interaction.
Yeah.
Especially if you've got like
then it comes back to and then it comes back to like how many the old cliche of how many fish can you add into your tank? How many? Everybody has different opinions on how much you can add into a tank, what you can add into a tank. You know what I mean? I've seen some nano tanks, with about 10 fish in it, and I'm like, what in the hell? What's this about? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, but they all seem happy. They all seem fed. I mean, it's in my eyes that you shouldn't have that many fish in a little nano tank. You know what I mean? In my opinion, anyway, you shouldn't. Yeah, but then I've also seen in my tank 350. Yeah, people with 15 fish, 16 fish, and all that. I'm like, holy, I'm like, what in the hell? This is insane. But they look happy. So as long as they're happy and the tank looks happy, then
they look
perfect.
Happy.
You know what I mean? But 15 fish. Yeah.
I'll swim past that. Have a thumbs up.
15 fish, mate. It's madness.
It's just you have to calculate your bio-load, don't you?
That's the thing, isn't it? If you've got a lot of fish, how do you manage the tank?
How do you manage
how do you stop there being infighting and territory and stuff like that? So it depends on the fish as well, doesn't it? There's a few things.
John's asked a question on my last video, I got the shades from Aquaprint, from Johnny for Aquaprint, and I've got to admit, I love him. I absolutely love him. Now, John's asking a question here: did he keep them on with them lowering my par? And I have kept them on, John. Yeah, and basically what I've done is I've adjusted the par. I've adjusted my light power output. Yeah, it was like 40. I think it was 42%. I increased it to an extra 5%. Intensity, and that took the par reading up to what it was before. Now, a lot of people message me saying, "Why do you think that was?" and all that, and why did it drop rather than think? And I think it was strange, mate. And I even reset my laptop and then reset the par meter just in case I was like I'd done it wrong, but I put it there and it was exactly the same read. I was like, what in the hell? And I think it was because it's like, because the black shades, if there was white, maybe they would reflect it, more. So maybe it would be brighter. I don't know. But I was totally confused with it. You know what I mean?
So what I think, Steve, you got the two lights there, haven't you? And the way the spectrum goes, they would come out like that. So you got some of the lights are overlapping, and that's increasing the par. Now, if you're putting the shades there, it's going straight down. So you might have less light overlapping. I'm just guessing, and in which case the par's coming down. Because some spots have got two lights. If you've got we got the XR30s, haven't you? So you've got 4 pucks. Yeah. So you might have a place where there might be 3 or 4 pucks. Actually,
it's not 4 pucks, is it? It's just a whole lot.
Oh, it's a whole thing.
It's not pucks, is it? It's just a whole bar now.
So you've got one of the light in that space rather than 2 of the lights, and that's reduced the par.
I agree.
And also, it's black, so it's absorbing it. It's not reflecting it. To your earlier point, so if they were maybe those black on the outside and they might be white or something on the inside, it might reflect it more and reflect it. Therefore, you increase the par. I'm just guessing.
No, I agree, mate. Yeah, I think it's spot on with the overlap side of it. Yeah, for sure. Because, like you said, really, one of those lights, one of those XR30s, can theoretically you stick that in the middle of a 4-foot tank and it'll still get light spread over it. Yeah, over 4 foot. Yeah. So you could theoretically light a 4-foot tank with one of the XR30s.
So granted,
you're not going to get. You're going to get. You're granted for sure. But like with the 2, like you said. you're gonna get that overlapping with the light spectrum going across each other, which heads in turns, increases the power. But like, I was confused with it at first, mate. But like I said, I basically upped it up. I pressed it up to about another 5. I think it was 5 or 6% or something intense there, and it's at the power readings what it was reading out now anyway. So I've just left it at that, and the corals, corals are loving it, mate. But I love where they're not, where the light spill, how much it's blocked it from the house. That's in the living room.
The light spill. I mean, I've got a lot.
Crazy,
you can see here. I've got a lot of light spill here, but this is down the other end. We're all down the other end in the living room. Then you've got the dining room, and then this is right down here. So it makes no difference because I only really sit down here on the computer or looking at the tank because I personally wouldn't have a tank in the living room, but I've got the space to be able it down here. So I don't care about the light spill, and it actually looks quite nice. But, if you don't like it and you do that, it helps a lot, doesn't it? Seeing the difference in yours.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Oh, mate, it's made a massive difference, seriously. So the Zeus put, I don't believe you can add too much biomedia as the bacteria will only multiply according to its food source. Biomedia is only a home for bacteria. More food source, nutrients, more bacteria. Valid point. Spot on. Can't argue with that one. Can't argue with that one, can you? To be honest. But then again, was it Ross that went? Was it Ross who took out when he planted a whole 2 kilo box? And he had issues, didn't he? And then he took a load out, didn't he?
Yeah, his nitrates bottomed out. He took them out, and the nitrates went up.
No, that's right. Yeah. So, interesting topic, that, to be honest.
I don't know enough about the science to understand that.
No, that's it. You need the science and all that, and I'm not into that, to be honest. I'm not clued up enough to give my opinion on that, but it would be interesting to know. Excuse me, for sure. UKM 120, my Marshall Island wrasse is a nutter. Doesn't stop flying around the tank. Exactly, mate. You need a lid. You need the lid. You need the lid for a wrasse. That's I love wrasses. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, there's some beautiful wrasse out there. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, but you must have a lid on it. You've got to have a lid on it. I wouldn't like. I hate to lose fish anyway, mate. You know what I mean? I hate to lose anything in my tank. Yeah, and if something jumps out my tank and it's my fault because I've not got a lid on it, I won't buy it. I just won't buy one because it's just not fair. No, it's not going to happen, mate.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Nice fish.
Let's have a look.
UK 120.
Yeah, mate.
Some fish.
Put your hand in your pocket and pick up a few sunburst amphius.
Yes.
Very rare these days. Sunburst amphius. Well, have we got any pictures of them? Go bring them up.
All right, go on, Paul.
Bring them up. Yeah, let's have a look.
You need some amphius.
Even in everyone.
Them ones.
No, I definitely need some.
Them ones that I picked out last week for you. They look really nice on
Green. I agree with you, mate. I agree.
Where are they going now?
Right, I'm going to share sunburst amphias. There you go, Steve. There's a sunburst amphia.
Let's have a look. Oh, yeah, they're nice. Bloody hell. Is he 139 quid? Oh, no, that's $139, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that is nice, yeah, but... In the UK?
Yeah, is there any in the UK? That's in America.
That's what just come up on the Google search. Let me have a look to see if there's any UK.
Well, these are the ones I showed you last week.
Oh, mate.
Yeah. It's all cracking off at that house.
Wow, that's crazy, mate. Sunburst amphius. Fairly rare these days, you're saying.
Can you see that one there?
A few stores have them at the moment. Where, let me see. Oh, you're down at the bottom, mate. Oh, yeah.
Am I on?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're nice. Yeah.
Yeah, they're nice. Aren't they? Colours blue.
What one's that?
That is the.
Yeah, they're nice. The Avanti.
Advanced amphias.
The Avanti amphias.
40 quid.
Yeah, they're nice.
40 quid.
Yeah, that's
what you're going to find. I mean, even the cheapest amphias are about 30 quid each. The redfish are probably the cheapest ones, and they're probably the most hardy ones as well.
We've only got 4 left, there's only 4 in there.
Yeah, that's not bad, to be honest.
Well, yeah.
To be honest, 3 to 4 inches is that he's saying? Is that he's saying?
Big
Is
they
it?
are.
They're big, aren't they?
That's quite big.
They're big, aren't they?
Yeah.
3 to 4 no, 3 to 4 centimeters.
No,
that looks like inch. That looks like inch.
Centimeters, be tiny.
3 to 4. I didn't even think they were that big.
Get to. They don't all get to that.
All right. Look at they're big, yeah. They're big, aren't they?
Well, you'll be able to see them.
Well, yeah, I like them.
Yeah.
As opposed
to them, to be honest.
3 centimeters.
Yeah. No, I do like them. Yeah, pop. Yeah.
Stop sharing.
But anyway, we're going to sort some out. We're going to get some more fish on the go for sure. So
I'm excited.
We'll figure out.
I can't get any more now. I'm a bit.
Sunburst amphius. Wow, they're crazy, mate. They are massive. Massive price as well. Steve, have you considered a black cap grandma? They're so eye-catching and will look great amongst your selection of corals. I haven't, mate. I haven't even seen one of them either, to be honest. Black cap grandma. No, I haven't. I have not seen one of them, mate.
Something in a minute. It'll be something we should be typing in.
What?
I've seen the royal grammar. I do love a royal grammar.
Yeah, I've seen the royal grammars look beautiful.
Yeah,
the jumpers aren't they again?
Great little fish.
The jumpers again. You know what I mean?
The jumpers are.
Yeah, the jumpers.
Well,
Ryan, evening, Ryan.
Ryan.
Steve, I have a Walt Disney cooking on the farm. We'll have a frag for you in the next few weeks, mate. Oh yes, wow. He said this. He said this to me anyway, Ryan. He did mention he bought some coral off me. Right, he came to the house and bought some coral off me, and he did say so. Hey, can't wait, mate. Absolutely, we'll be onto that. Got a nice little spot for it as well.
Nice
little spot. Appreciate it. Let's have a look. Steve, how about a group of regal damsels? I've had regal damsels before, but my clownfish basically killed him. He went after them and he was like on a mission of just killing them all. Yeah, he went on a mission for killing them.
What tank was that in, Steve? What tank was that in?
In this 350.
I was in the 350. So I thought there'd be enough room for all the territories to be different.
No. Well, it was when the clownfish were going through the crazy, this crazy like madness of like territorial hierarchy. Yeah, and it was like every space they went into, they thought it was theirs. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, they were awful mates, and they was just like onto him all the time, biting him, chewing away. Oh yeah, there was like, one of them will stay one side of the rock, then they fly into it, and then the other one will go around the other side. It was like a pack of hyenas, mate. They were awful. So yeah, I remember my missus phoning me at work saying it's eating one of your fish alive. I'm like, you're joking me. And she FaceTimed it. I was like, oh my god! And I'm at work and she's filming my fish being eaten alive, mate. I'm like, this is not good. It was awful.
He's driving the bus along and he's watching.
I wasn't driving at the time. I was parked up, obviously, but it was a nightmare, mate. I was like devastated.
Live tank kill.
Yeah.
Sad.
Scott said this. The Madagascar half-striped wrasse, mate. I've seen it. Yeah, and it's an absolute insane price as well. Yeah, Holy Grail wrasse. Absolutely insane price, mate. Insane price. The Madagascar half-striped wrasse. Yes. Evening, Carl. Hope you're well, mate. Jay, you've lost the plot. Yeah, he certainly has. Drippy said, Fox face our classmate. Absolutely. That's what he's saying. Yellow tangs are boring.
Oh my
Reef
god.
King.
Oh, I disagree. They're lovely fish.
I love yellow tangs. I love yellow tangs. I was gutted with mine. Yeah.
That Madagascar wrasse, that is special, isn't it? That can't be real.
Have you seen it? Yeah, we've seen it. Beautiful, mate. Yeah. They're incredible.
I don't even know these. That's the thing. Half the fish you don't even know exist until someone says something.
I know. Because you don't see them in LFS, do you? You don't see them in LFS, those ones. They're quite rare.
No.
And, you don't see many Achilles tangs in LFS because they don't get ordered in very often because they're quite expensive.
Here, show that Madagascar. There's a Madagascar. Look.
There we go.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's nice,
that's
isn't
it.
it?
How stunning are they?
Yeah,
Bring it up on a
lovely.
picture, Jay.
Well,
Hover over it. Hover over it with your mouse so it brings up bigger,
Yeah, bigger picture.
Oops.
So you get a bigger picture.
Oh, wait up. I've just done something wrong here. Which one should we go? This one here?
Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's a beauty.
Nice. It's big,
Look
though,
at
isn't it? It's a full hand.
Big, aren't they?
It does look big, doesn't it?
Imagine coming down to it, on your laminated flooring, mate. Oh,
Crispy.
man, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey?
Yeah, you'd be a bit upset.
Oh, you'd be devastated, wouldn't you? Yeah. How much do they go for? I know they're expensive. Very
It must be
expensive.
expensive, yeah.
Yeah. It's well over £1,000. Well over £1,000, I would have thought. So, yeah. It's got to be over £1,000 for them.
£1,000? What? Joking.
We're not going to be anything less than 600 quid. That's for sure. No chance.
When you think about that Amphia last week, that was live aquarium.
Yeah.
That was $700 odd, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, a lot cheaper over here.
Yeah.
The blotched, was it the blotched Amphia? They're about $350.
Blotched Amphia, yeah.
And they're like $700-800.
Yeah.
That is lovely, though, isn't it?
God, look at this. Look at that. That's a beauty.
Yeah, it is nice. Try and find a price.
They probably don't scare you for the price. How much?
Around $1,000 a fish.
Yeah.
$1,000 a fish, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have two. I'll buy two.
Right, yeah.
Buy two of them. Yeah. Yeah.
Scott's obviously got a lot of money for recommending them.
If they want to win that national lottery, I'll have a school of them. Schooling of them, mate. Maybe. Yeah. But we'll have to wait. We'll have a school in fish. Load of them. But Jay, looking at some of these comments here, mate, I think a lot of them are against you on this one, my friend.
Well, fair play.
Russell saying he's fox face, loves it. Granted, Russell, I do agree with you there, mate. I mean, I always buy the smaller size ones. I know that they do get big; they can get big, and they need quite a bit of swim room. If I get one and what do you call it, I'll if it gets too big, then it'll be coming out of the tank for sure.
You're gonna get a juvenile if you can.
Yeah, only a juvenile. Yeah, if we get one, yeah. John's put my fox face is lovely. He's called Roger. And
Roger that.
Drippy's put big up Rog, big up Rog. So yeah,
big up Rog.
Absolutely, mate. Briefcase say copper bands. Copper bands, really. Copper bands are one of the most beautiful fish. I love copper bands. Yeah, but they're so hard to keep.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of them are so hard to keep. Those, I mean, you hear more of like them dying rather than, living and stuff, which is such a shame because it's finicky, aren't they? With eating and stuff. So,
yeah, absolutely.
I mean, beautiful fish. Totally agree there. Let's have a look. What's this? A coral reef isn't a coral reef without fish, and all the corals we keep wouldn't be found on the same reef. Totally agree. Totally agree, mate. I agree. I do agree with you. Listen, 100%. You need fish in your tank, but I mean, I like I said, I prefer the coral rather than the fish. You know what I mean? That's just me. I just love the coral. I just love coral and stuff like that. And obviously, you need fish for the waste and stuff. Yeah. But if it was left to me, mate, I would have tons of coral, minimal fish. But
that's what you've got, those, Steve, and you've got problems, haven't you?
That's what I mean.
You need to have a balance between the two.
That's what the last hour's based on, so you get you some more fish.
And we'll do it next week because you won't buy enough fish. Next week we'll be talking about, you got those fish yet? No, I ain't got those fish yet. Right, okay, what fish are we going to get?
What fish are we going to get, Steve?
I've got to get some fish, mate. I've got to get some fish. I've got to get some fish this week. I am definitely getting some.
Good.
Where are you going to get rid of flatworms?
Where are you going to go? Cracking corals? Where's your fish supplier?
I might go Kraken, but I might go. To be honest, out of the Blue Marines, where local to me around the corner, they've just got some really good fishing, really nice fish. Yeah, they've just done a big big stock up of fish. So yeah, I might go and see what they've got in stock. And because Jordan, the manager who works there, he messaged me saying, "Oh, they've got a load of fish in. They were getting a load from TMC yesterday, I think it was." So yeah, I'm finished work at 2:00 tomorrow, so I'm gonna go up after work and see. Hopefully, they've got some decent fish in. Yeah, maybe buy a few. Yeah. So how do you get rid of flatworms? It depends on which. I mean, flatworms are one of the worst you can have. But yeah, which ones you've got? So many varieties of flatworms. It's just, yeah, you've got to. Oh, I mean, remember Scott? Scott had flatworms. Didn't he? Remember
yeah. I had
SPS.
the red ones.
It was a nightmare.
Planaria. I had those, and I did use Flatworm X because
flatworm.
I let them out of control. But if you have wrasse and things like that, I've only got a small amount. The wrasse can usually keep them at bay. But it also depends what you've got. If they're the Aquapora eating as well, because they're the ones that Scott had, and they just ravaged the whole of the tank. Whereas the Planaria ones, they're kind of harmless until they get out of control. They create a net almost that goes over your coals and then just starves them and takes all the light away from them. So it depends on what ones you've got.
Yeah, no, totally agree. I mean, well, when they had those little flatworms, when I got that little piece of thing, Scott messaged me straight away, which was fortunate about, and he said, "Look, I think you've got some flatworms, you know." And I was like, "Oh my god!" Anyway, I went and I got a 6-line wrasse. And that 6-line wrasse, because it was only small, he could get into the cracks, you know.
That's the thing, isn't it? Get into the crevices and getting the eggs and stuff like that as well. Yeah.
Yeah. And he demolished it, mate. And at Touchwood, I've never seen anything like that. Well, you'd know anyway, because your SPS will be stripping.
Well, no, the thing is, though, some tanks have got them, but they have wrasse in them, and the wrasse will keep them at bay to the point where there's a few there, but they don't aggravate and eat the SPS. Because the wrasse keep them under control. So that's, again, it's the balance, isn't it, around the fish taking care of the pests.
Yeah, exactly. Critical Reef, got the aqua print shade for my XR15. Love it. Made such a difference to the look of the tank in the room. It does, mate. Definitely does. My missus loves it. She couldn't believe how much it blocked. You know how much it blocked. I mean, the first thing I took when I turned those lights on, my missus the first time, she's like, "Can you not turn them down? Look at it. Look how bright it is, outside it." Yeah. You driven the car at night time and you could see it was just like bright blue. Like,
you know what the hell's going on in there? Tank, didn't you? If I go and pick something up in someone's house, you know what house it is because you've got the blue light.
You see it, You see it.
You do, mate. You see it straight away.
But she wants one in the bedroom, so she can't be that bothered about the blue light.
Yeah, but remember, the light will be off by the time we're in bed, mate. Not leaving the light on. Come on, mate. No chance.
It's just the noise of the skimmer. The skim will be bubbling all night.
Yeah.
I know, yeah.
And the pad
going, the wave maker.
Scott, he's put flatworm exit stroke dog worming tablets. Google the dose. It will affect stroke kill your inverts. Yeah, Scott's a professional at this. So
dog worming tablets. Not heard of that one. Wow.
Err on the side of caution because he's a master at doing these things. I wouldn't do. I would have put dog worming tablets in my tank.
I don't think I would either.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. I think. Yeah, God, Scott, you're mad, mate. But it did work. I think. It works. I think he saved a few of them. I'm sure Scott saved a few. Yeah, it's an hard one. It's an hard one with flatworms. They're horrible to have in your tank, but just gotta figure it out some way. Let's have a look. I run one XR15 on his 170. I checked my part after watching your video, Steve. My power drops weren't as high as yours. The values stayed pretty much the same, so I think it could be. The cause your
that could be about the two lights
overlap, like Paul said. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, totally agree. When you say it like that, and like when Paul's just explained, I totally agree with it. That's the only thing it can be, to be honest. You know, with the light overspill, like I said, overlapping, it's giving that extra power. And then obviously with those shades, it's blocking it in now, isn't it? You know, it's more direct onto the coral. So yeah, no, I agree. I agree totally there.
But did you
Steve,
say you said you've adjusted the par back up, haven't you?
Yeah,
So it's not a
so
problem.
I turned it up. Yeah. No, I turned it up. I just adjusted my intensity. I'm only running like, I think it's like 40% power on that, 48% intensity on that, mate. It's not even 50%. I don't think now, to be honest. I'll have to check on my phone, but
it's not a surprise because they're really powerful lights.
Stupid, mate.
And you've got two of them as well, so you don't need to ramp it up here.
Oh, it's just stupid, mate. Honest to God, it's stupid. Let's have a look. If you get anaerobic areas, then anaerobic areas. Oh, way up. What's this?
We've got a
super sticker.
A super sticker.
And also,
you won't see it on there, but if you looked on YouTube, there's a little cat. I think it's a cat, or is it a dog?
Where?
I'm sure, dancing. Not on there, not on StreamYard. If you looked on the feed, if you look on YouTube,
Yeah.
So I've been running by the side of it. You've got Woody's Reef $4.99, and he's got a little. I think it must be. I don't think it's a dog. I think it's a dog.
I think it's that red panda again.
Oh, it does look like the red panda. That's
is
not red.
it?
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know.
He paid $4.99 for that. That's a lot of money for that.
I trust you to say that.
Well, I am from Yorkshire, but
Well, we know,
Very good.
Could be worse. Could be buying a lot of Kopi pods. Joe.
Well, you know what that company is. I swear by that company. It's very good. Very good products.
Nice one.
Reef Phyto. Quite a few people, in fact, everybody else I've spoken to about their products have really liked it, apart from you. You're the only one.
Right. See, there you go again. You're selective as usual. The phytoplankton, top notch, good value.
Yeah, it's good.
The pods are really good. They've got 2 heads. They're super big. Such a variety, like you said.
There is a real variety.
I just looked at it and thinking, is that all you get for £5?
You know, when you said you had them under a microscope. When you had them under, is that a true story? You put them under a microscope?
No, it's not.
I thought you had. I was like, you know what? I'd really like to see them under a microscope. See what they're like.
They're on steroids, 2 heads, a few extra legs. That's like something out of a sci-fi film. So I like the product. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
I just thought it was a lot of money for those pods.
Yeah,
but the Phyto is really good.
£5 for 200 pods or whatever it was. Quite a lot.
I didn't count them. I was expecting more.
Have you put them in? Have you put your shot of pods in? Yeah. Into the.
Yeah, I blinked and I missed it.
The fish have all just chewed them up now.
Yeah, I did it with lights out. Put it in the back, lights out. Put some Phyto in as well.
Oh, did you?
I was going to say, I know your video. Did you say you dose Phyto every couple of days?
Yes.
So I weren't too sure because I've never really dosed Phyto before, but I'm gonna.
Yeah, but it's like,
so I started doing it kind of twice a week.
If you look at the food chain for the ocean, phytoplankton is the first step of any ocean marine food chain.
Yeah.
So that feeds the coast.
But it doesn't say that on the instructions. It doesn't say it's the oceon.
Well,
so
I know.
How many times? It says about do 1 milliliter every 18 liters of water. But don't say how often. I wasn't too sure how often you did it.
I splash some in at worst every other day.
Yeah. For someone who's
I do a weekly water change because if you didn't do
someone who's precise, you just kind of splash it all over, didn't you? You didn't measure it out.
Corals just love it. They love it. And because I do water changes and I've got quite an aggressive nutrient outtake on my tank, so skimmer, socks and floss, and bioballs and all that sort of stuff. It goes basically. Yeah. So I do splash it in like a bit of a Spanish measure on holiday. Just tip it in, it'll do. Yeah. And the corals like it, and I've noticed the extra colour. They just look healthier. The corals do.
No, great.
Yeah, I can't see why. Well, maybe controversial, but why you wouldn't dose phytoplankton?
I think some people don't because they think it increases the nutrients, and if you've got high phosphate and nitrate and it's difficult to control, then you probably wouldn't put it in.
Yeah.
But again, it's having a balance, isn't it?
Yeah. I think so. All the little stuff needs it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
She also
I
needs
agree.
balance.
Yeah, maybe I should. Well, I definitely. In fact, when I'm there tomorrow, I might actually have a look to be at because see if they've got any in the store. You know, any of that final and stuff. That could actually help my tank with nutrients and stuff. Anyway, so maybe fingers crossed.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But yeah, I might look into that, to be honest. I keep saying it's just, honest to God, you know, we work like yourself, and just in work and with my shifts, it's just so hard to get to anywhere. You know what I mean? Because I can't go to the shop, you know, early in the morning because they don't open till 10:30 anyway. So then you're starting work and then you don't finish till like 7, 8 o'clock. So it's like you just don't have time unless it's your day off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the only time I can get there. But yeah, tomorrow I'll finish at 2. So I'm gonna go straight there and see what stuff they've got in.
Yeah.
And stuff. So yeah, for sure. Drippy, think you need better lights, Steve. Could be right, mate. Maybe. But, I think I'll give these a little bit longer, mate, and then we'll see where we go. If not, I know where you are.
Gen 7's on their way.
Yeah.
Gen 7's, yeah.
To be fair, there was only a year between the 5 and the 6, wasn't there? Because I got the 5, and then the 6 came out about a year after.
It didn't seem that long, did it?
It was not long at all. I felt ripped off.
But the 5s are fine on your tank, though, Jan. I'm sure you'd need the 6s, to be fair.
I prefer a 6, but yeah, they weren't out. There's more true UV with Steve's. He's got more royal blues, dark blue.
You know what? So one of the easiest things, like you said, the lights are just set up. Especially with these templates and all that, you just stick them on.
It's plug and play, isn't
it? That's what it is.
Plug and
play system, mate. Do you know what I mean? And it's done. So
you haven't got to mess around.
You can't really argue with it
like that. If you want to, then you can. But why would you when you've got those templates that are tried and tested? I know some people tweet they want a bit more blue, but then if you get the radiant blues, I've had a radiant blue. They seem to be just all blue.
Yeah.
Have
you
got
the blue, or did you get the pros?
I got the blue ones, mate. Yeah,
blue.
Yeah. I prefer the blue. But the I mean, when I've like watched YouTube and stuff like with people with the pros and stuff, yeah. I mean, obviously, all the difference is the pros has just got more white. It's got more white LEDs. Yeah, that's the only difference.
You can turn those off and have the blues on, so you still get.
But you can turn them off. Yeah, I was going to say that. You could turn them off. All right, you won't be getting the right, you know, the full
intensity, maybe.
Potential out of them. Yeah, the intensity out of it. But you could still have it running in blue. You can still have it and a deep blue at that. Do you know what I mean? To be honest. So really, I mean, it just goes on the person's perspective, like what they like. You know what I mean? I like blue. Yeah, I like blue. You know what I mean? Yeah, as opposed to the white light. So that's why obviously I went for the blues. You know what I mean? Simple. But like some people like prefer the whiter. They prefer the more like what natural light. You know what I mean? In a sense. So that's their choice. But there's no wrong way. There's no wrong or right way.
For photography, like if you're going to be a YouTuber or if you're going to go on Instagram, I think the whiter look gets more kind of positive feedback, as it were, because it's hard to get a really good shot of the blues. I'll be honest, or to film under blues, like bright blues, it's really tough.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Like see when I take my photos, albeit on either on my videos or like maybe photos on Instagram or whatever, none of them are videos, or pictures are edited. I take them on a photo with the orange lens. That is it. I don't edit it. I don't touch them up. I don't do anything. That is what I see through my camera when I take my photo. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's it. You know. So whereas if I turned it down whiter, you probably wouldn't get but you won't get the what the coral looks like. You know what I mean? You won't get the true reflection of what the coral looks like. That's the only difference with white spectrum. You know what I mean? You just won't see it. Whereas I like to see when I put that orange filter lens on and it's and I'm running at a deeper blue. They look awesome, mate. And it's like that's what I see when I look at my tank. That's what I see. They're the colours I'm seeing in my tank. You know what I mean? So So for me, I just like I said, I just love the blue. I just love that blue spectrum. It's I don't know. It's just something that I like. So
yeah.
But anyway, yeah, it's each to their own, I suppose. Let's have a look. We're a bit behind there now. Oh no, we're actually caught up to everyone. Let's have a look. Chris, I dose a bit of Phyto every morning at breakfast time.
Yeah, good idea, I think. Great idea.
Fair play. And John, he says the same. He doses every day. I mean, I don't think there'll be an issue if you dose it every day. I know some people like, oh, you dose it every twice a week or once a week or whatever. Yeah, but like you said,
It's what works for your tank, isn't it?
Say if you dose like 5-10 ml a day or something.
A few drops a day, depending on obviously the size of the tank. A few drops a day, it's only going to be beneficial to all the little microfauna that you've got in your tank.
Yeah,
you've got to keep them going. Then obviously it's just all part of the building blocks of the food chain. Yeah. You've got to have the foundation, which is always in a natural reef, phytoplankton.
Yeah, it's just getting that balance. So you don't put too much for your nutrients, isn't it? But you can balance that out. It makes perfect sense. But it's like anything, isn't it? It's just getting that balance. It's like people have put reefroids in, excellent, but reefroids will take some of your nutrients up. So you've got to balance it out, haven't you?
No, I agree. And Scott's saying, Jay going on teach off we need pie charts and diagram.
Sorry, mate, not wrong.
Sorry, mate.
Tripper. Jay, does your filter sock pick up the majority of your Phyto?
No, the Phyto will go through it. It's liquid, isn't it, basically? Whereas my filter sock is 225 micrograms or something, or
microns, microns,
or where it is,
The pods go through it and things like that. Amphipods,
the pods get in and out of it. Yeah,
pods would go through. Yeah.
So the Phyto will just
John's got to go. John,
nice one, John. He's got
joining, mate. I appreciate he's got his grandkids. So
bedtime story with John.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it, mate. Appreciate it.
Yeah, good to see you, John.
Mickey boy just got back in and missed it. Can you start again? Unfortunately, mate, we can't. So you have to go back and watch it.
You'll have to watch some
catch leave a thumbs up. Leave a thumbs up.
There'll be about 15 ads.
Any of you guys?
There will be one. That's the problem when you.
He loves an advert now. He loves a mid video advert. They're even more annoying.
Mate, I don't even know how you put the adverts on. They just go on them on YouTube. Mate, I don't have a clue, mate. I edit it and that's it. I don't put any adverts on it. I don't know where to go with, mate. I think YouTube just do that automatically, to be honest.
They do it for all channels, don't they? Even if they're not monetized and you've got less than 1,000.
They
didn't used to. Then they brought it in that if you've got less than 1,000 subs, then they still put adverts where everyone gets it.
Yeah.
Except you don't get any money if you don't have 1,000 subs.
Well, it's brought a good thing up here. Has any of you seen that new Nero 7? Have you seen the Nero 7? It looks a good bit of kit, doesn't it? That for sure, mate.
Yeah, it's just a bigger version of the.
It's the equivalent.
Is it just bigger, or has it got better technology? That I don't know.
I don't think it's got better technology. I think it's just a bigger version, mate.
Yeah.
Basically, what it is it's like the equivalent of power of like an MP40 in it. You know, an MP40. It's like that, basically. Yeah. But I've got to admit, when I seen it, I was like, wow, that does look pretty decent, to be fair. And I like on the other two, it's just like the actual, the shape of it, obviously, yeah. And around the sides, it was just like an all black all around the sides of it, yeah. Whereas this has got slits in it. So I don't know whether that makes any more flow, from the sides. I'm presuming it would, you know what I mean?
Might do.
But I think it might make some sort of different flow. Give a different flow pattern, maybe. But yeah, it looks pretty decent, to be honest. But yeah, the Nero 7, but for the retail at 299 quid. So on the same price as the MP40, because that's what I think they go for, isn't it? 300 quid, yeah.
I'm not too sure how much. It's a long time since I've bought an MP40.
Yeah, I think they go for about the same price, mate. Yeah, but I mean, I do like the MP, the Vortex. I think, especially with like the mixed of you know, the different wave patterns that you can have. I think they are good and they're
Yeah,
powerful as anything.
MP40 is 400 quid or 399 quid. So it's about the same price point.
What was it?
Wow.
Wow. God, they're there now, aren't they?
For a wave maker, 400 quid.
That's more expensive then. Did you say how much you say the Nero 7 was?
Wow.
No, well, they're cheaper then.
They're cheaper.
I think they were 300 quid.
Yeah,
yeah, for their 100 quid.
That has gone up quite a bit. I mean, I haven't bought an MP40 for ages. No, in fact, I haven't bought one since I bought my tank. I know myself because I've got 3 of them. But yeah, I mean, I still go for an MP40 even at that price because, as I said before, I've had 2 of mine for 8 years.
Yeah. I mean, they're proven, aren't they? You know what I mean? And they are, and the quality made, aren't they? And like you said, really, what you get, they're so easy to clean. I mean, it's like I've got 3.
You got 2 wet sides.
I've got 3 replacements from the MP10, wet sides, and I've got 2 replacements of the MP40s. And it's just like take one off, put a new one on. And that's it. That's your cleaning done. And then stick the other one in some citric acid for 2 or 3 hours. Let it dissolve in there. Rinse it under the tap, and it's done, mate. It's just like. Whereas, don't get me wrong, I love the gyres. I've always said it. I love the gyres the way you sit on the top of the water. You point one down, one up, or both down, whichever you want.
You get really good flow, don't you?
Nice, and it gets that great flow across the top of the water. Surface agitation, perfect, mate. Yeah, really good. But the annoying thing with them is the cleaning, mate. There's so many. Oh, it's awful to clean. It takes forever. Even with citric acid, mate, it's just awful. It's just a nightmare to clean. So, yeah. I mean, for cleaning wise, the ease of use, which, as you all know, is what I aim for. Yeah, it's got to be the MP40s, the MP10s. It's got to be.
Yeah, I've got a Nero 3. I've got a Nero 3 on this tank. And it works really nice. It's nice and slim, and also like the fact that the magnet can be in the water. So on a peninsula,
I was going to say that
the peninsula goes on the back. So I didn't really want a power head on the side because it spoils the view. So they're really slim as well. There's no thicker than about that inch and a half. Yeah. Whereas the MP10s are quite big, aren't they? I like those being on the side of a tank, but when you got a peninsula and everything else, I think your power head should be where your weir is. Because if I was to put it on the front here, it would just look ugly. If I had a pad right in the middle there, wouldn't look good at all.
Yeah, yours does look really sharp.
It looks better that way.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. I mean, Tony said the same. Like said, the wires inside the tank. Yeah. Well, that's with every. That's with the majority of them in it.
Yeah, it's near the top.
No,
and
because
you don't see it. It's on the weir because it's at the back. It's not on the glass. You don't see it, so it's hidden really nice. Because the color of the Neros exactly the same as the color of the weir. So yeah, if you look, you can see it. I'm not saying it's invisible.
Yeah.
But it doesn't stand out. So on a tank like that, it's perfect.
Yeah, it does. It looks nice.
No, I agree, mate. Drippy's put $3.99 yesterday. Mickey Boy's put COVID tax. Wouldn't surprise me, mate, to be honest. Yeah, it's crazy, mate. It's absolutely crazy with the prices of things and stuff. It's just gone crazy. But
yeah, it's gone a bit
everybody
crazy.
Jumps on the everyone jumps on the bandwagon, don't they? You know, when something goes up, everything goes up, doesn't it? Have you noticed? Everything seems to go up all the time, doesn't it? So
yeah.
Well, that's just life, the way we're living now, mate. To be honest, but Scott's put a good thing, with it about those lights. Don't you know those lights? Yeah, if you print the surrounds with one edge is shorter for 2 lights, or 2 edges short for 3 lights, to allow overlap. Good idea, that, I suppose. You could be right. You know what I mean?
It could be anything. The shorter you make it, the more light spill you get, don't you?
Yeah.
I don't know. You probably different ways of doing it.
But so what it means is, so say like the back side of it, where the light spill is coming out the back of the tank. Yeah. Say the inside of the light. You know where the two join in the inside of the tank. Maybe if you make them too short, and the light can cross over, so you won't. Yeah, it's a good call. Yeah, never thought of that, mate. To be honest, but yeah, definitely a way. I thought for sure. So night at home, drinking with the missus, Drippy Reef Geek. Fair play to you, mate. I hope you're enjoying it. Always on the road. So,
there's a comment there. There's a comment there from Mickey Boy because he does the tanks that don't need wave makers, and he's bringing those tanks along to Love to Reef. So, and I think also they're going to be at wherever there's a what's the Finest Aquatics, isn't it? They've got an event next week as well. So I think Mickey Boy's taking tank along there. So I'd be looking forward to seeing the tanks that don't need the wave makers. So it'd be good.
Yeah, those tanks. I've seen the tank. Yeah, listen, it is a great idea, mate. I really do like it. To be honest, I do like that tank, the one that I've seen with the flow going underneath, all just powered by your return. You know what I mean? So it's a really good good one for sure. Jay, did you get your Dremel?
Yeah, it was Steve. That's it. Well, yeah, Steve. I haven't ordered it yet, mate, but thank you so much. He was the one on the video, Steve, who gave me the tip about what adapter I needed. The mandrill.
I got you.
I haven't made it, but I'm definitely going to order it. So thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Good play.
Yeah, top guy.
Nice.
That's what I say. That's what's good about YouTube. When you post something and people
get some good feedback.
People help you out in this hobby. Which is good.
Yeah.
Finest. Yeah.
So he's just took all 3 over today.
Nice.
Wow. That'll be nice. Yeah.
Are you going to Steve? Are you going to that next week or not? Because I didn't know if you had time off.
Yeah, I think I'm going to one of the days because my lad's coming up with my little grandson. So I'm what do you call it? I'm obviously going to spend time with them, but I don't know if I'm going to be coming on the Saturday or the Sunday. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah,
well, I will be going to one of the days, but I'm not sure which one. I'm not sure
I think
which
they've got David Saxby's there on the Saturday. So
Saturday, that's right.
Sunday, you got George
Farmer.
George Farmer is the planted.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
the
George is excellent. So if I was going, it wouldn't bother me going either day because it'd be good to watch George. I know he's not doing a kind of reefing, but I watch it. I subscribe to his channel. He does some really good stuff, some really quality videos he puts out.
He's just like a master, with how he does all that. The tanks. He's just incredible, mate.
That is good.
Steve's put no worries, Jay.
Thanks.
So overall, guys, I think we've caught up on the chat. But any plans
for
what
as always? Great job, thank you.
Oh well,
big thumbs up from me anyway, mate. Big thumbs up.
Appreciate it. But so what you got planned for the weekend, guys? Anything? This coming weekend?
Yeah, nothing reefing. Just
same here. No reefing at all.
Yeah, just relaxing, basically, chilling out.
Yeah.
Might do a water change on a couple of tanks because they need doing. I'm back in the weekly water changes, so I'll do two out of the 3 tanks get a water change on usually a Saturday or Sunday, and then one of the others gets it during the week, unless I've got time to do all 3. Not that it takes it don't take that long, to be fair.
No. I wouldn't know that, mate, to be honest, but I'm gonna go with what you say, mate. Yeah.
You're going fish shopping. That's good.
I'm going fish shopping, mate. Yeah, I'm going fish shopping. Yeah. So
we can look forward to the Sunday video then. Sunday update on the fish.
You what, mate?
Yeah, you'll have your Sunday video, won't you? Your Sunday video and updates on the fish, won't you?
Yes. So, Paul, next week have we got a?
Yes, we have. I've put
we've got a guest appearance somewhere.
Yeah, I've put it. If you want to share, I've put it in the bottom corner.
Absolutely.
So we have got Viking Reefing joining us next Friday.
Wow.
I follow him on YouTube. Follow him on. A lot of you probably follow him on Instagram. He's got an absolutely fantastic tank. Not only that, a lot of the fish he keeps are just superb. As you can see, he's got look at it. He's got angelfish, copper band, Achilles, which is probably my favourite, tang, mandarin, amongst other fish. And I'm just keen to get him on.
I'm going to get some. I'm going to get some fish tips from this guy because
look at those fish he keeps. It's superb.
Exactly. He keeps all these fish, which supposedly, supposed to munch all day long on your SPS. So and he's got a stunning reef. So I'm going to get some really good tips off this chap.
Tank is just something. Look at that.
Look at that.
It's just
beautiful,
just superb. So he'll be on next Friday.
Can't wait.
So I'm looking forward to that one, to have a guest, and just someone who sees YouTube videos as well. It's not just doesn't just look good on Instagram; it looks good on there as well. So
no, absolutely. No, I can't wait for that, mate. Looking forward to that one. That is going to be an epic one, and like I said,
should be good.
Definitely going to get some tips on his fish and how he keeps them all together.
Of fish, isn't it? I mean, you think of those
exactly.
From what I've seen, they don't munch all over the coral. He's got some very mix of fish that are some aggressive. Mandarins can be quite intimidated by other fish. You've got almost a perfect blend, should I say, of corals and colourful fish. But I think he feeds about 6 times a day. But we'll see next week when he's on how he does it.
Yeah, he does feed 6 times a day, but absolutely, mate. I can't wait. It's gonna be looking forward to that. So
is unreal. The guy is just beautiful, isn't it?
It is.
It really is.
It is, mate. It is. But anyway, time's up, guys. 2 hours, as always, flown by. Really enjoyed it, and like I said, really appreciate you guys
nice one,
all joining. Yeah, no, I appreciate it, mate. I really appreciate it. So once again, guys, thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in next week with Viking Reefing is on the channel. And if you do want to go to the Paul's Love to Reef, hit him up on Instagram, get your tickets, and can't wait to see you all there. So once again, guys, enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you soon.